Now this would be a shell valley. And right here is an overhead railing. They still have overhead railing on Navy ships up until today. This overhead railing would have a roller here, and there would be a chain block here. At the end of the chain, from the chain block, is the shell clamp. You clamp the shell, with a chain block, you leave the shell up this high. It's a 700-pound shell. And from there, you can pull the shell all the way and drop, not too hard, drop it on the shell valley. The next thing is the cartridge room. Cartridge is the powder in the bag, it's the charge. It's about 5.5 pounds each. Could put a maximum of 10. How do the people inside find out how many cartridges they use in one fire? Let me show you this one. See that? The hose right there, before you find light bulbs there. So when the light bulb on 7 lit, that means they need 7 cartridges. This goes to show how many cartridges they need per shot. 2 ways to ignite the cartridge. One electrical short circuit, other one manual lanyard. That's where the switch is. That's where you can switch it so all the 4 mortars can fire at the same time. If you look right here, you'll find that it is 1890 model mortar. A very old model. It was built in 1902 if you look down here. Modern mortars are smooth bore. That means the bore here is smooth, but this one is a rifled one. This has riflings, and this rifling wears out. As you can see, it's worn out already. The mortars are number 1, 2, 3, 4. This was so close to the hospital that when it fires, it breaks the medical equipment from the hospital. Everything working except that. That one had the mechanical malfunction. May 2, this was destroyed, that one was destroyed, and that one was the only one working after May 2. It was the last gun to stop firing here in Corregidor. Before the surrender, all the guns in Corregidor was spiked. In other words, they were destroyed. They have to make the gun unusable. Like they torched this one. You won't be able to put the bridge back here anymore if you torch this one. In other words, that one had the mechanical malfunction. The 2 was destroyed May 2. This was the only one working after May 2. This was the last gun working here. Would you like to come inside?
Yes.
Ikot. That's good. Ikot. That's it. Ang dami na ng palda mo.
It's okay.
Oh, be careful, okay?
We did it. Let's go.
Cafeteria was right there, in that area. And it was hit by a Japanese bomb on the first day of bombing. This mile-long barracks is only 1,520 feet. And someone asked me, Mark, 1,520 feet is only 1/3 of a mile. How come the Americans call this barracks mile-long barracks since it's only 1/3 of a mile? Well, it got 3 floors. 1/3 times 3, that's still 1 mile, right? It was the 59 Coastal Artillery who was housed in this building.
Looks like it's got a deep pool. This is very deep. I mean,
Yep, that's really deep.
yeah.
That's about, say, 20 feet, 30.
Yeah, you could
30,
do
I think it's 30, right?
yeah, some scuba training or something.
Exactly.
Huh?
Yes.
Is that what they did?
We're also using this for scuba training.
Is there any plan to preserve these structures?
The plan was to put retrofitting. Remember the retrofitting you saw in the inside barrack? It was planned to put here. But, because of the changing of administration.
Yeah, because it looks like these structures are going to collapse eventually if they're
Yeah,
not
they will.
if they're not going to be maintained.
Yes. They should.
Okay. So they have done some of the buildings, but not all of them yet.
Not all of them.
Okay.
This one is slowly collapsing.
Yeah.
This building may look like this today, but after 5 to 10 years, it's going to look different. It's used to show American movies. Would you like to know the last American movie ever shown in that cinema? Gonna be The Wind. And Filipino and American soldier were helping each other during the war. You would find a wounded Filipino soldier being helped in an American soldier. To the right, you find right there, BOQ, Bachelor's Officers Quarter.
Pacific War Memorial erected to the Filipino and American fighting men who gave their lives to win the land and sea and air victories which restored freedom and peace to the Pacific Ocean area. See, this is a map that tells the whole story of the Pacific War. The red's the Japanese and the yellow would be the Americans. That's the tunnel, eh? To live in freedom, light is the right of mankind. Oh, that over there is the tail. Come, let's go up there. Yeah, we're gonna go up there. This is a massive gun. Look at this thing.
Yeah.
Jeez.
This gun was never fired in anger. It can only fire to the southwest, and the enemy never came from the southwest. It was fired in practice, but never in anger.